Good evening. My name is Paul Siegfried. I'm a filmmaker and many other things. Right now, I'm here to welcome you to Dread Time Stories. If you're a fan of things that make you shudder in the night, then this story is just for you. It is adapted from an old Appalachian legend called Tailypo. If you are faint of heart, be forewarned. This is your chance to turn this off and listen to or watch something else. If not, then enjoy the story. Long ago, but not too long ago, depending on who's telling it, in the middle, in a very dark wooded area, there lived an old man named Jebediah Spiggins. And Jebediah Spiggins had 3 hound dogs. I know, you know, and Calico. They spent much of their time living in a small cabin and lived off the land, hunting rabbits, foxes, raccoons, anything they could shoot for supper. In the spring and summer months, there's plenty of food to go around, but in the fall and winter months, food was scarce. So, old man Spiggins decided to go and look for something that he could find in the autumn. It was almost, but the trouble was there was an early snowstorm that fall. So he decided to go out and hunt for what he could. It was a dark, cold, snowy night. He walked through the woods for what seemed like forever until he heard a rustling in the bushes. He looked over and he saw what looked like two gleaming red eyes peeking from the underbrush. Though he wondered if maybe because it was so dark, his mind was playing tricks on him. But then he saw what appeared to be a long, bushy, furry tail on the other side of the brush. He decided that he was going to try to shoot this creature because it seemed like it was very big because the brush it was behind and under was very large, and the eyes were on one side of the brush and the tail was on the other. So he pulled out his rifle and pow, pow. He shot 2 shots. The creature let out a blood-curdling screech and was not seen anymore. But when examining the brush, looking for his kill, he found the tail had been severed by the bullets. The tail seemed very long and seemed very thick and full of meat. So he took it home to feed him and his dogs. So, that night, he shaved the tail, chopped it up into little pieces, cooked it in a pot, and ate heartily, and saved 3 of the slices of the tail for his dogs. You know, I know, and Calico. But little did old man Jebediah Spiggins know that this would be the last hearty meal and last hunt he would ever be on. So, he decided that night he was full, his belly was full, and his mind was at peace. So he got into bed. He breathed slowly and heavily. His eyes started to drift closed. When suddenly, he heard what appeared to be a scratching at the door. And he heard heavy breathing, what sounded like an animal's breathing. So, he opened his eyes to investigate when he saw the same 2 eerie, gleaming, glowing red eyes from before earlier that night. And he saw the shape of what appeared to be 2 large cat-like ears and 2 large claws dripping over the foot of his bed. He was in awe and frozen in awe and fear. But what startled him most of all was that this creature, though he could not make out what it was, said in a very monstrous voice, "Tailypo, Tailypo, I want my Tailypo." I know, you know, Calico, he yelled. His dogs leapt to his rescue, barking and baying. They chased the creature out into the night, and 2 of his dogs came back. Calico, and with him, you know, but his most prized hunting dog, I know, was nowhere to be seen. So they decided to wait it out until I know would come back. But they did not know that I know was never coming back. So, again, what hour after hour after hour loomed until old man Jebediah Spiggins started to doze off again, almost into complete slumber, when he heard the scratching at the door. He opened his eyes, and the creature was again staring at him from the darkness, saying, in a much louder voice this time, Tailypo, Tailypo, give me my Tailypo. You know, Calico, screamed the old man. The dogs barked and leapt to his aid and chased the creature out once again into the night. They then returned. Only Calico remained. He returned. So they poured a drink to both and I know, and decided to spend their last moments in comfort, their last night in comfort. So, with his rifle on his lap and Calico in bed with him, they waited it out and were ready for the creature to return. Then they heard the scratching once more, and there the creature was, standing in the moonlight. They could see that he looked almost like he had the body of a dog or wolf, and he had razor-sharp teeth glowing in the moonlight, with his red, glowing, piercing eyes staring back at them. And he said, Tailypo, give me my Tailypo now, the creature roared. This time, Calico leapt, but was thrown aside by the creature's otherworldly strength against the wall and was knocked out cold. The creature leapt up onto the old man Spiggins' chest. He was very heavy. He said, give me my Tailypo. I don't have your dang Tailypo, said old man Spiggins. I ate it. It's gone forever. You ate my Tailypo, said the creature with a evil, toothy, demonic grin. You are my Tailypo. And with that, the creature dissected the poor old man. The next morning, when old man Spiggins and his dogs did not return from their hunting cabin, the townsfolk came to investigate. Most of the cabin was torn up and destroyed, and there was no trace of old man Jebediah Spiggins and his dogs. On lonely, cold nights, some say you can still hear the voice of the creature saying, Tailypo, I have my Tailypo.